Picture this, you wake up, grab your coffee and check your phone. Your Instagram post is already live, the image is on brand and the caption is handled. And the most important part, you did not lift a finger. That's exactly what I've set up with AI and n8n, and by the end of this video you'll know exactly how to build it too. Hey, I'm Dan, I've been a developer for over 10 years and now I'm running an AI agency that helps people grow their business and automate their processes. And honestly, this might be the simplest one we've built, but the impact of it is massive. You're gonna love it, let's jump right into it. Okay, so everything starts with a trigger. This enables the workflow to run weekly. Then we have an AI agent that generates 3 Instagram post ideas. We have a small piece of code that you can just copy and paste because it just selects a random idea. Then we have some prompt improvement and after that we generate the image. We have a manual step that we can enable or disable depending on what you wish for, a full automation or you want to check the actual results. And then we have the Instagram posting. And this is pretty much it, it's a very small one. Okay, so the first step is creating an n8n account. You can click the link in the description or you can just go to n8n.io. I'm not gonna show you how to set up the account because it's pretty straightforward. You get a 15 days trial and you have 1000 free executions. This should be more than enough for what we're doing right now. After you create the account, you have to click on create workflow and then name it however you want. I've named it auto post to Insta images, and that's pretty much it. You are ready to go. The second step is generating an OpenAI API key. That's pretty simple also. You just go to platform.openai.com or click the link in the description. Then you'll have to create an account or login if you already have one. You can use the same account that you're using for ChatGPT. Then you go to settings, you go to API keys, and then you create a new secret key. I already created one and named it for n8n, but let me show you how to do it. Create new secret key, you give it a name, test, then you select the project, which is the default one, or you create a new one depending on your wishes, and then you click on create secret key and you'll be able to see the key it generated. You just copy it and save it for later. Right now I'm just gonna delete it because I already have one. Then you'll need to add some money, so just go to billing and add to credit balance. You can add $5. This should be more than enough for testing this workflow. The third step is creating an application on Facebook developers. So just go to developers.facebook.com or just click the link in the description. In here you can click on my apps. I already have one created, but you can create one from scratch. I'll just use the one I already have. You will not be live, but you don't need to be for testing this workflow. But you'll have to register some products. I already have some registered, but you can just go here to products, add product. And then you'll just have to scroll to Instagram. It's already in my products, but you'll find it in this other list, add products to your app. Just add it and configure it. A very important thing I have to mention, your Instagram account must be linked to a Facebook page, and when you create this new app, you'll have to link that page. And then after you have the app configured and Instagram added to products, you can just go to developers.facebook.com/tools/explorer. And this is the Graph API in which you can test the API calls. You'll have to select your app. Mine is Brand Bounce AI Agency. Then you'll have to request an user token and you'll have to add some permissions. The ones you'll need will be business management, Instagram basic, pages show list, Instagram content publish, and pages manage metadata, and pages manage posts. Basically, you just write here the permissions I just mentioned, and then you can press on generate access token and it will prompt you to a 2-factor authentication with your Facebook account. I'll just click reconnect and it just generated a new token for me. You'll have to go to call an API, so you must have get here, then facebook.com version 22, and you'll just write me accounts. And here you will see your page. and an ID for it. This ID is really important. We'll use it in our n8n workflow. So just copy it from here. If you don't see your page here, that means you have configured your page wrong. You can just go again through the steps and add the Instagram profile to your Facebook page. Okay, now that we have all the accounts we need and the keys, then we can just start creating the workflow. You can add nodes through here, and you just search for the same node that I have. So for the first one, it should be schedule trigger. Press on it, and then you can configure it. I'll show you how mine is configured. Basically, I set it to trigger weekly, once on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. You can press on test step and you'll see that it runs. It returns some data that we can use later. We don't need it right now. Then you can connect an AI agent node for it. You can just click on the plus button that you see here or on the plus button here and search for AI agent. Okay, then when you configure it, you need to set up the prompt. You have the data that you can use from the previous step. For now, I use this prompt. You're a creative strategist helping indie style AI agency craft visually compelling strategic Instagram content. The brand is called Brand Bounce. I gave it context of the brand, what it does and who's our target audience. The tone, vibe, the colors and design aesthetic, overlay style. So basically everything it needs to know to generate the images. And then I mentioned the format it should respond into because it's throwing some errors if we just leave it as it is. This is a JSON, you don't need to know what this is right now. You can just copy and paste it. You should put the same format that I have right here. And then for this AI agent, we need to set a model. So I've configured the AI agent to use OpenAI. See here, I have some credentials to connect with. So basically what you'll have to do, because in the beginning you'll have nothing, click on it, create new credential and put the API key you just generated here and then press save and you'll have an account. Then you select the model. I selected GPT-4o Mini. This is a fast one, it's very cheap and I think it's all we need for this generate ideas step. Okay, then you need to configure the memory so it has context and doesn't generate the same ideas, so we can have different posts every time we run the workflow. So I configured this simple memory. The session ID is defined below. I put it on a key, which is test key. So basically this will help OpenAI know of the responses it already gave. And I put a context window length 5. This is how many past interactions the model receives at context. Okay, the third thing, you'll have to configure an output parser and just give it the schema. You can just copy and paste it. Now we can press on test step and you can see that it already generated the ideas. Everything is on brand. It generated the title for each idea, a description and a caption. That's what we gave it in the format. You can see that it even used emojis for caption, which is great. Then we have a really small piece of code. You can add it through this plus button or this one here. You can just copy and paste it. It's very simple. It basically takes all the ideas that our AI agent generated. Then it generates a random number between 1 and the idea's length. And then it returns this random idea. Let's test this step. Okay, it chose one random idea, which is great. And now in the next step, we'll be able to see it. After we chose a random idea, then we'll have to create a prompt for image generation. And in here we have two steps. We improve the prompt twice because it's very important. For the first one, you just add a new node. You go to OpenAI and click on message model. Okay. You'll just have to put the same account that you put in the AI agent. The resource must be text, operation message model. I'm using a better version of ChatGPT here because we need to be smarter. And I have this prompt right here. Generate a highly detailed image prompt for DALL-E 3. DALL-E 3 is the model that OpenAI uses for generating images. And then you just drag and drop the description that you want. It's the one that we got out of the random idea code piece. You can just drag and drop it here. The image should follow these visual style rules. So I just specified some important rules that it must follow. And then I also mentioned the response format that I want. It's a JSON object again. You can just copy and paste this. Then we can test this step. So we generated the improved prompt. Then we go to the next node, which is also message model. You use the same credentials, the same operation, and you can use the same model. I gave it this prompt. Now refine this image prompt to be more detailed, visual and vivid, avoid generic language, and then you just drag and drop the prompt that was generated in the last step. Also strictly respond like this, and then you'll have to click on simplify output and output content as JSON. This will help us take the data into the next step. I have forgot to mention, you'll have to do this for all the previous steps also. Now we can also run this step. Okay, generated an improved prompt. We don't have it fully here, but we can see it in the next step, which is generate image. So basically, for this node, you'll need to add OpenAI, generate an image, and then you choose the model. It should be DALL-E 3 is the newest one. You need to select the same credentials. The research should be an image, operation generate an image, and the model should be DALL-E 3. And then you just drag and drop the prompt. So from the latest step that we did, which for me is OpenAI, right here, you just drag and drop the prompt here. Then we can test the step. This one takes a bit longer. Okay, it generates a revised prompt and an URL. This URL you can copy, go to your browser and paste it. So we just generated this image. It looks awesome. It's perfectly on brand. Then after this step, we have another step that we can enable or disable. I'm not really using it right now, but if you want to stop the workflow here, you can just set a new field, which is a boolean, and set it to false. I have it to true. Having it to true allows me to pass through it without a manual step and without checking the image beforehand. Then we have an if node that just takes what we've set in the previous step, and if it is true, then it proceeds to the next node. You can skip those two steps altogether if you don't want any manual step. You can just delete them and connect OpenAI the one that generates the image to the Facebook Graph API node. Okay, after this manual option, we can just press run test step on the if. So you can see it's green and it got through here, and we have one item we can send to the Facebook Graph API. Okay, now the next node is a Facebook Graph API. So just add it through this button here, or the one you'll see here. Create the credentials for Facebook. Basically, all you have to do is press here on create new credential, and then go to Graph API Explorer, the tool we opened earlier, and press on generate access token. It will ask you to connect or to reconnect if you are connected beforehand, and it generated a token. I'll just press on copy here and paste it in this field right here. Basically, this token is a short-lived one, so it will expire in 1 hour, but it's enough for testing our flow. You can generate a long-lived one from the Facebook APIs. I'll press on save. It tests that the access token works. So it's successfully. I'll just close this. Then you'll need to select the host URL, which is default. The method you need to post, select post. The Graph API version, we selected the latest one. Okay, now right here you have the node, which is the business page ID that you have for your Instagram account. You can get it through the Graph API. Let me show you how. So go to me/accounts, then press on the ID under the page name, and just add a parameter with fields equal Instagram business account. I'll just press enter and it return the ID right here. You can just copy it and paste it in the node field. The edge should be media, and then you'll have to add two query parameters. One is the image URL, the one that OpenAI just created, and the second one is the caption. After you did all those steps, you can press on test step, and it should return an ID for the post it just created. Okay, it just returned the ID, but the post is not yet posted, so we'll have to go through another step, another Graph API call. You select the same account that you generated in the previous step. The host URL should be default, the method should be post, the API version should be 22 or the latest one. The node is the same one that we configured in the previous step. The edge is media publish. And then we send the creation ID from the previous step, which is this one here. You can just drag and drop it and we can press on test step. It returned another ID, but now we can check our Instagram page and see that our content just got posted. Okay, so I just opened the Instagram page and you can see that this image just got posted. It's on brand, it looks just like the other images, it has the same style. Now let me show you how the workflow works. You just press on test workflow and it starts running. You can see that the trigger passed successfully. Then it tries to generate the ideas. Now it selects a random one, it improves the prompt, it improves the prompt again. It's generating the image. This should take longer than the other steps. Okay, it edited the fields, now it generates the post, and now it actually does the posting. Workflow executed successfully. Let's go to the Instagram page and just refresh it. So it just posted this image with this caption. It looks awesome. That's pretty much it. If you want it live, you'll need to generate a long-lived token and configure it here in the credentials for Facebook. And you can just toggle this button on and make it active. And that's it. You just build your own AI-powered Instagram assistant. And the best part, this is just the beginning. I drop content like this every week, so make sure to hit that subscribe button below. And thank you for watching.